Welcome back to another weekly vlog, folks. Hope all is well. This is the best vibe of all time to start a fresh week with. I am heading into this week feeling on top of the world, more so than I have done in literal months, because this morning I have finally sent the manuscript off for my second book. It is now someone else's problem for a couple of weeks, and it feels like the weight of the world has been lifted from my shoulders. I cannot even tell you the relief that I am feeling this morning to have hit that deadline and sent that off. Buzzing like an absolutely broken fridge, mate. I tell you, I am just in the best, albeit extremely caffeinated mood, which might explain why I'm feeling quite so much joy within my soul right now. And I got through the final 2 chapters this morning to be able to send that off. I was going to say confidently, but like with a smidge of confidence that it's not absolutely rough and dreadful. Like there's something there. But I saved the last 2 to do. Excuse me? Was that you? Seeing as you're yapping quite so loudly, you can come and say hello, because it's been a little while, I think, since you've said hello to everybody. But we did it, didn't we? We finished our second book, co-authors of Uncharmed. Flo does a lot of walking across keyboards, so it's really only fair to acknowledge those contributions to a novel. So all that to say, buckle up, because this week I'm about to get my life together in a way that has never been witnessed by mankind before. This week we are going to get a grip. You hear me? This week we're going to get a grip. This is clean hair. This is beautifully fluffy, freshly washed, clean hair. So we're actually off to a very good start today. That feels so good. I had a full MOT shower. I'm feeling fresh as a daisy. It's a beautiful thing. And basically every single day this week, I am going to do something for myself to get my functioning life back on track, now that I don't have to be thinking about characters and motivations and spells and witchy lore theory. I've got a lot more brain space and general mind power to think about other things. And every single day I'm going to do something for myself that makes me feel as though I'm back on top of everything, after feeling for a very long time that I cannot get on top of everything. I have just been chasing my tail, and this week is the week that all ends. So I hope you're ready for the ultimate reset week. There is going to be cleaning, spick and span levels of gleaming cleanliness around this house. There is going to be declutters. I am going to clean my makeup brushes. I am going to clear out my makeup cupboard of doom, which stresses me out every single time I open it. I am going to spruce this house from top to bottom. I am going to get on top of wedding admin, because that is something we haven't barely even touched on, because my whole life revolves around books and writing now. I'm looking forward to chatting to you about all things wedding. And basically everything that I have neglected in lieu of writing Uncharmed is now getting my full attention this week. And every single day I'm going to do something for myself that makes me feel good and in control. So the first thing of those today was washing my hair. The second thing of those, which I'm going to head up and do now, is editing last week's weekly vlog. Third of those, which has actually just popped up in my inbox unexpectedly, is a therapy appointment. Normally I go on Thursdays. This Thursday I've got an event with my Polish publisher, so I've had to reschedule it. And she's just emailed me to say, do you want to come in today at 12? And I was like, not really, but also like that is good maintenance for myself that should be a priority. So yes, I'm going to go and do that at 12 today. This evening doesn't count because it's a work event, but I'm really looking forward to it. I have got another London date for my little book tour, and this one is a much smaller, cozier one. We're going to go for a pizza afterwards, and that actually should be a really nice, chatty, cozy evening. So altogether, hopefully a very productive, nice, feel-good, positive start to a week of resetting and claiming back my life from fictional characters who've stolen it from me. So let's do this. I hope it's motivating. I'm gonna need it. God, vlogging in the winter brings some absolute perilous lighting with it. Let's just close the curtains. I went into today thinking I was going to be so efficient and finally make a start on this like tumbling to-do list, which has been building up and up and up like a Jenga tower for the last like 10 million weeks. And I literally have no idea where the day has gone from me. It feels like it's just completely disappeared. It's now about 5 o'clock, I think, so I'm gonna actually have to make a move quite soon. It definitely hasn't been entirely useless. I would say it's actually been a good day in terms of like personal maintenance, which is of course actually equally as important as like practical maintenance. I also caught up with my mum on quite a long phone call, which I haven't done for a while, so that feels like a good personal check-in. And I've edited most of the weekly vlog. I'm just such a slow editor, but I feel like I'm more on top of social media content than I was. So I guess in terms of like personal progress today, it hasn't been a total flop, just like a percentage flop, maybe like 25% flop. I'm gonna chuck a few things in a bag. I don't really need to take anything though. I just need to rock up with myself and then go and eat a pizza afterwards. That's gonna be a fantastic time. And there's absolutely no need to be nervous whatsoever. It's gonna be fine. So as always, when was the last time I didn't have to say this to you? Please ignore all the laundry in the background. This is just the perils of living in the UK at this time of year. You can no longer dry your washing outside. You just exist with one of these and everything smells mildly of damp, no matter how hard you try. That's just life right now. So for tonight's book tour event, tonight is, you must be so sick of me talking about these. I'm sick of talking about them. I'm not sick of doing them because they're lovely, but you must be so bored of me like doing this routine over and over. Wanted to make sure that I got another wear out of this one because it's super cute, but this time I've decided to chuck my denim waistcoat over the top just to mix it up a little bit. I haven't decided on shoes yet, but I mean, surprise, surprise, I'll probably go for my big chunky loafers. I just feel like they're the witchiest option. And if you hate a chunky loafer, you know what? Sue me. I am definitely gonna put a big coat on though, because there is something criminally embarrassing about walking around in a witchy outfit like this in my local residential area. I just can't do that. I just can't have this sleeve on the bus. Like, I just can't. I can't bring myself to do that, so we're gonna go for a big coat. Although actually, do you know what, on reflection, maybe the woman on the bus with these giant moth sleeves is the woman that I've always wanted to be. Maybe that's my inevitable fate.
Has this not happened anywhere else?
No.
The camera's amazing. It's like it's tiny at the top here.
Yeah.
And then you can move it with a little joystick. And then if you tap the screen, oh, it's right there. Sorry. Oh, whoa! It's quite iRobot.
Robin, hello everyone. Can you all hear us okay?
Yeah.
Perfect.
It feels very karaoke.
It does. What's your song, Boosty?
Ooh,
Straight in there.
I'm going to go with Evanescence, Bring Me to Life.
Yeah. Here to go.
I was about to say good morning. It's 1:45. That sums up how the day has gone so far. Fortunately, it's not anything that actually matters. It's nothing with a deadline tied into it or anything. I really just intended for today to be like a full, really productive, mega cleaning day. Oh, well that sums it up too. I've just spilt cold coffee all over the floor. Now it has to be a cleaning day. So I am now free as a bird for the rest of the day, which is an absolute treat. Ooh, we've got a bit of post. I wonder what that is. I am going to have a really satisfying cleaning afternoon today. I'm going to clean for the next like 4 hours. I'm going to put some music and podcasts on, maybe even a movie, and it's going to be a great time. But first things first, it occurred to me about an hour ago that there is a stunning brunch waiting for me in the fridge, because after the Waterstones event last night, we went for a pizza at a place called Dynamo, which is a great little pizza spot in southwest London. So guess what I've got? Leftover pizza. Let's merengue. So there's truly nothing like a nourishing, healthy, well-rounded meal such as this. Ba-na-na-na, ba-da-da-da-da. Okay, action stations everybody. Things are about to get real freshened up around here. First job that I'm actually going to do is stick the dishwasher on and pop these couple of mugs in there, because even just doing that makes me feel like I've vaguely got my life together. I have pressed 4 buttons and put some plates in the dishwasher. We can also get rid of this pizza box now, which is excellent news. Although if we put this in the recycling, our foxes, the local foxes around here are, I'm not kidding, slightly terrifyingly genius foxes. I'm fairly sure at some point they're going to take over the world. Anyway, that's your rundown on the local foxes for today. Bet you're glad I told you that. So, no exaggeration, every single room in this house needs blitzing from top to bottom. There are cobwebs, there are stains, it's giving haunted house in a not fun way. I'm gonna need a microfiber cloth, I'm gonna need a duster. This one's a little bit dusty already. I'm gonna have to go in the shed to get new duster heads to get dusting. I'm gonna hoover, I'm gonna clean the windows, and then I'm gonna clean the floor. Is this good content on reflection? Is this motivational? Or is this just incredibly dull? Look, these are the realities of my week this week. We're getting my life back together, and that includes antibacterial spray and a microfiber cloth. Target number one is the living room. Here's your before shot. It's not crazy bad, but it's a bit of a shambles. There's still a pumpkin on the side, so I probably need to do something about that first and foremost. It's looking slightly curly and floppy at this point. The less said about that, the better. And I do fear that actually maybe all varieties of pumpkin, white ones, pink ones, cauldrons, orange ones, I think maybe it's time for them to be put away for the year. Excuse the cleaning hair. I just picked up these jars thinking they were absolutely empty, and I completely forgot that I put a load of flower petals in here to try and turn them into confetti. That was productive of me 6 months ago. I wonder if they're like safe or like a biohazard. I should probably do some research about that. I mean, they've dried nicely. They're nice and crinkly. Maybe we could use them. I had forgotten all about them. Is there any in this jar? I hope there's no like life forms lurking underneath. Amazing what you find.
Hope you're enjoying the weekly vlog, everybody. Give it a thumbs up if you're enjoying it for me. That would be lovely.
Yeah, as you can tell, cleaning is going really well. Thanks so much for asking. So, sad times. The Halloween decorations are away. This is now basically a sack full of ghosts and pumpkins. Like, I've put all of the soft, squishy, spooky decorations in here. So I'm going to shove our little autumnal blanket in here. And then I've also got to try and make room for this beast that needs to fit in there as well. And then I was wondering what to do with all the like breakable things, like my cauldron collection. But I just realised that we had this cardboard box in the kitchen. It did have cat food in it, but I've just stacked all that away. So I guess what I can do is if I wrap all these up in a bit of kitchen roll, then they'll be quite good to all be stacked in there. I think they should all just about fit if they're all bundled up together. And then I can put them away. I'm not sure when I became a person who has 2 sets of spooky season decorations, but I think I'm okay with it. I feel like that is my fate, and it's only going to accumulate more and more. And within about 5 years' time, I'll be one of those people that has like a 12-foot skeleton in their front garden. I am so pleased with myself. I did a very thorough job there. I'm feeling super satisfied right now. I pulled all the books and vinyls back and dusted the shelves properly. I have mopped and cleaned the floors on my hands and knees, swept and cleaned every single surface. I've hoovered the sofa, I've hoovered the rug, I've cleaned under the rug. And she's looking real pretty now. Oh, it feels so good to see this room feeling cozy and fresh and smelling lovely. And I now literally cannot wait to get cozy and watch a movie or something tonight. I think we're having lasagna for tea, so I've got a little bit of energy left, but I could do with like a sit down, a drink, a little sugary snack to boost myself. Because I always do this when I go on a cleaning rampage. I get so like fixated on it and so sucked into my cleaning routine, which is really quite like specific, and I have like a very specific route around each room and a route around the house. So I get really like sucked into it and like on hyper mission mode. And before I know it, it's hours later, I've burnt all my energy and I get into the worst mood ever. And it always makes me really grumpy. Like I cross over from like enjoying myself and being really focused and going into like slightly numbed cleaning mode, and then all of a sudden I'm like filled with the biggest rage of all time. So we're not gonna let that happen today. I have just found this absolute treat. Half a white Kinder Bueno was lurking in the depths. So I think I'm gonna sit and have this, watch an episode of Gilmore Girls, and then I think I'll do the hallway and the stairs. Happy Thursday, 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 happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Lost the plot, fantastic. Woke up to dystopian news yesterday and the feminine urge to go outside and scream into the dark abyss was all too much really. So I'm sure you didn't come here to think about that or talk about that, but I just want to take a moment to say I'm sure it has been a really, really rough week full of anxiety and sadness and fear for the future for a lot of you, and I'm really, really sorry that so many of you are probably feeling like that right now. I'm sure it's no comfort to know that a lot of us over here are feeling it for you as well. I'm thinking of you, and today feels very much like the horrors persist and so do we. You know, waking up today feels like that. Can anyone else see what's happening to my lights right now? You make one mention of dystopia and the world's about to end. I'm going to turn the light off. That was really horrible and creepy. I felt like I was about to enter some kind of Stranger Things episode there. But yesterday though, I did actually have a couple of appointments booked in, which were really good timing because it meant that I was out and about and it helped me like combat the doom scrolling pull, which you always kind of end up falling into when there's big news stories breaking. I was out and about literally the entire day in the end. I wouldn't have been able to film the morning anyway because I went to our wedding venue yesterday, which was so lovely. I haven't been for, I don't know, maybe 6 months or something. And it was so nice to go back to it and like refresh my mind. I'm sure you can probably guess, but it's a very sort of small and cozy kind of place. It's got like a real sort of magical, warm feeling to it. As soon as I walked in, it kind of felt like walking into someone's living room, and I was like, oh, I really like this feeling. When we kind of felt that feeling from it the first time I took Adam to go and see it after I'd been to see it with my sister-in-law, I think we both kind of realised, we were like, oh, this feeling makes so much sense for our wedding. We want somewhere that feels like intimate and cozy and kind of like family-ish and just, you know, that kind of warm, fuzzy, whimsical feeling. It was lovely to go back there yesterday. I was actually meeting our florist there so that we could run through like the ideas of what we would like to do with the flower setup that we're having and like the kind of thing that I had in mind, which I didn't really have anything in mind. But she was super creative, she was full of really good ideas. We've got like a really nice like little unit that I want to do something really creative with. It's almost like a big bookcase. I've got some ideas for how I want to use it for a seating plan, and I think we can like incorporate like family photos in it and stuff and really make it feel almost like living roomy. Like I really like that idea, and I think we can do some nice bits with the flowers with that little unit that's built in as well. And like, I don't know, it's just nice to have like a bit of a brainstorm with her and think about all the possibilities. So that was really nice to kind of get back into the wedding frame of mind, because it's been so unfortunately on the back burner while I've had deadlines that have to come to the forefront of my mind. So we haven't really done anything wedding related for a good couple of months now, really. The last thing we did was go for our food tasting afternoon, which was highly recommend. Get married for that alone. We had such a lovely time like testing all our wedding food and making the decisions about that. That was really fun. But this was the most recent thing that we've done for a while, and it really felt like it's like reignited the fire in me to make some wedding progress and get back on top of all of that. So that feels like a really productive thing for reset week as well, to get back on the bandwagon for wedding planning. And the other thing I did yesterday, which you might be able to tell, this might look slightly different, it's certainly not any kind of drastic changes, but I had a hair appointment. I went and got my hair cut, so that was like a nice self-care reset as well. It felt like perfect timing for like pulling all of the elements of my life back together, and that includes my hair. So I basically had like a half head done, I think, just to kind of like boost the blonde bits a little bit. I had my toner redone, and I had quite a lot of like choppy choppy 90s layers put back into it to kind of lighten it a bit because my hair gets really like triangle-y and heavy. Today we're back on sorting my life out within this house. So I've got my dungarees on, I'm ready to go. I'm thinking kitchen and bathroom today. I think that's going to be what we're crossing off the list today. So just a little check-in this morning really to let you know where I disappeared to yesterday, and a little check-in today. I'm feeling a little bit discombobulated currently because I didn't sleep very well. Someone was setting off fireworks at 1 o'clock in the morning on a Wednesday night in a residential area. Big loser energy. And when that woke me up at like 20 past 1, I was awake for probably 2.5 hours after that, just tossing and turning, thinking about everything. And I think cleaning is a nice thing for me to do today. It's, you know, hands-on, stops me looking at my screen. I can put some music and a podcast on and just sort of zone off and concentrate on what I'm doing and refresh my space, and it's going to be a nice thing to do today. So let's get cracking with the kitchen. First, slightly random task, but I have been wanting to do this for ages and I feel like this week is the week to do this. I'm going to wash our sofa blankets. I don't know if anyone else forever neglects the washing of the proper comfort blankets that just kind of exist on the sofa forever and you use them every single evening. But I'm not afraid to admit it's been a while, so these are going straight in the washing machine and out on the line, even though it's like 1 degree and grey. I'm delulu enough to still be putting things out on the line, and you can't change that. Nothing's gonna stop me. Sorry if you can hear the washing machine in the background now, but I just wanted to give you a quick little before shot. This is the current state of the kitchen. Probably doesn't look too bad from a distance, to be honest, but needs a spruce, needs a proper clean. And what I like to do is I like to work like a clock when I'm cleaning. I'll probably go anti-clockwise today, I think. So I'm actually gonna start right back here by the shoe rack, get this out, clean this part of the floor, and then I'm gonna work my way around. I'm gonna clean the cupboard fronts, the sink, the worktops, the coffee machine, dust the open shelving, give everything a proper wipe down, and then I'll do the floors and the cat bowls and all that palaver. So here we go. I'm Morris dancing with my dish rack. Butter dish, pestle and mortar. Butter dish, pestle and mortar. Where can I put these? This is why it takes me 90,000 hours to get anything done. Kitchen is done. I've moved on to the bathroom. I'm even doing the inside of the cabinets in the bathroom. So I've just taken out the little glass shelves in our sink cabinet. Got the new series of Drag Race on in the background. I'm having a great time. And I'm gonna basically like reorganize this little cabinet. So top shelf is where the toothbrushes live. So they can both go in first with some toothbrush heads. They can slot in at the top there. I've got toothpaste. Could do like a little jar or something to put those in, but I'll see what I can find. Got my Invisalign braces, but I'm actually going to give those a proper deep clean in a minute, so I'm going to keep those to one side. I can then do this bit as Adam's skincare. So he's got a Kiehl's face wash there. What else does he use? Got a razor which can tuck in at the back there for dramatic facial hair days. So here's the difference between his and hers, because that's his little skincare shelf, but then I like to put mine on this one below here. So this is what I'm using at the moment, which is the cream cleanser by Skin Rocks. I'm not entirely convinced by this at the moment. I haven't used a cream cleanser for a while, and I've actually had a couple of spots since I started using this, which I don't get very often, so I'm not sure it's
Not sure it's hitting the spot just yet, but I've also got a tiny little bit of this one left over. This is from Youth to the People. This is their superfood cleanser, and I do really like this. This is more of like a gel one. It's got a little bit of foaming to it, which I do find slightly drying, but it does leave my skin feeling super clean, so I do quite like that actually. This one was tucked away at the back by a brand called Galenay, but it's a foaming cleanser, which is not something that I tend to reach for all that often, so I think I'm probably going to eliminate that one. I've got the Skin Rock Support Oil, which is really nice for days when your skin just needs to be like calmed down slightly. I find this really calming. I've got this clay mask. This is the detoxifying mask from PCA Skin. I picked this up when I went for a facial once, and this was probably years ago to be honest, but I mean, it's still good, right? I'm going to tuck those up a little bit more neatly in terms of what actually I'm going to put that to the front, and then I'm more likely to reach for that, use that up, and then I can get rid of that one. This Antipodes Aura Manuka Honey Mask, which is also really nice and calming actually. Very gentle, very soothing, nice and hydrating. So that's actually really nice also if I don't want to do like a super deep cleanse. This is more of like a, I'm going to call this like a relaxing face mask. For some reason my Olaplex shampoo and conditioner was in here, and it looks like there's a little bit left in each one, but I tend to keep the shampoos and stuff in this unit underneath, so I'll put those away shortly. This little face mask applicator can tuck away nicely in the back there. This is like an open bar of brush cleanser, which is just like very sticky and like soapy, so I need to find a little dish to pop that in, so I'll leave that in the sink for now. I've got a Sunday Riley autocorrect eye cream, so we'll tuck that in there. And the last face mask, which I'd totally forgotten I had actually, and I like this one. This is the Youth to the People Super Berry Hydrate and Glow Dream Mask. That's looking loads cleaner and tidier, and then at the bottom here I can just tuck my Estrid razors to one side, and then we're good. It's actually amazing the difference it makes having a clean space. I know that sounds crazy and obvious, but it makes me love this house. Like, it's crazy the difference it makes, because I've spent the last like 3 or 4 weeks being like, nothing's got a home, we have no room for anything, we need to move house, we need a bigger house, blah blah blah. And once everything's away and tidy and clean, it just makes all the difference to my brain. I'm so happy right now. Kitchen and bathroom both complete. The next little thing that I wanted to make sure that I did, my little like nice thing for myself today, is deep cleaning my braces. What an absolute treat, deep cleaning my Invisalign. Here they are, this is the little case that they stay in, and this is this machine that I've got. It's called the Dental Pod, for anyone who's got clear aligners and is looking for something that can like clean them really well. It's like this little machine that uses, you fill it up with water, just like the tiniest amount of warm water, and you can also put a denture tablet in it for like a super clean. I haven't got any at the moment, but I think the vibrations are enough to give them like a really good deep clean. I've got no idea how it works, but they come out literally like sparkling. It gives them such a refresh. I put them in one way and do a cycle, and then I'll turn them over and do another cycle, so I do it twice with fresh water each time, and it just makes them feel like so much fresher and cleaner. It's lovely, and it's like a silent little machine. It's really good. So hopefully this is a nice satisfying before and after, because it feels like it standing in here. Everywhere's looking much more shiny and polished and smelling delicious. And I'm really chuffed with myself. I worked really hard in here today. I've done a really, really good top to bottom clean in here. And it's looking really lovely. And I've also done the bathroom as well. I've completely finished cleaning the bathroom too. It looks nice and shipshape and shiny in here. Even my beautifully arranged new cupboard. Look at that. Stunning stuff. It's officially the whole of the downstairs, which I've done this week, which feels really good. I definitely have done the opposite of eating the frog though. I've eaten the chocolate and left the frog because upstairs is infinitely worse and infinitely more work that I've had to do down here. The office and the bedroom are absolute crazy pants. They're like full on crazy town. So I am slightly dreading coming face to face with them tomorrow, but hey, at least it'll be a satisfying before and after and a really good declutter. Most important things, I'm now due a snack break. So I'm gonna sit and have half a cinnamon bun. Still looks pretty good, I think. It's actually left over from the weekend, so it does feel slightly like I could knock a wall down with it, but I'm sure it'll still taste good. I'm gonna sit and have this, a little sugar boost. I'm gonna do half an hour's reading, and then I've got this call with my Polish publisher this evening, which I'm really looking forward to actually. Rewitched and Uncharmed are both getting Polish translations. Rewitched was out last week in Poland, I think, which is what an incredibly surreal experience. Very cool. So if you are over in Poland and you've had your eye on it, Rewitched is now officially translated and published in Poland. And we're kind of celebrating that tonight a little bit with like Polish bookstagram influencers and keen readers, I think. So that should be really nice. But first things first, cinnamon bun break, good for the soul. I'm just having a little reminder for myself. Way back at the very beginning of the week, I made a quick list on my phone of like, if this week was the dream week, what would I manage to achieve? I did a list in my phone of everything that I was hoping to get through if I was like running at maximum efficiency and making really good use of my days. So I just wanted to run through the list, cross off what I have managed to do, and the next thing, which is basically like a branch off of that one, is to list a load of stuff on Vinted. I have not got the energy nor the vigour and spirit to face that today. I feel like a wardrobe declutter is like a full day's work. It's like a full Sunday job, right? I just can't do that right now. So that one just keeps sliding down the list. Next was emptying out my beauty cupboard, which is this little pink locker here. I'm quite tempted to do that today, so let's put that one on pause for now. But clean living room, done. Clean kitchen, done. Clean stairs, done. Clean bathroom, done. Clean office, not done. Because that is maybe even worse than the prospect of decluttering the wardrobe. Sorting out the office is my Everest currently. We're gonna have to revisit that one another day. Clean bedroom, I think, is gonna be my job tomorrow, and organising these drawers here, my side of the drawers, because shock horror, they too have descended into chaos. I basically just need to declutter and organise every single cupboard and drawer. I think for the wardrobe and the drawers, I need to find some like intelligent inserts. Before I do anything else, I need to have a little look and see what I can find in terms of like clever little storage bits and bobs that help with drawers and shelves and wardrobes. If anyone's got any suggestions, actually, I would love to hear those. If you've bought any like storage inserts that have wildly changed your life. So realistically, the things that I can face this afternoon are the beauty cupboard, and I think my dressing table is going to be the best place to start here. Excuse the washing in the background as always, but this is currently the very ugly truth of my dressing table, and inside, the horrors, it gets significantly worse. So I think we're going to start here today, and then when I figured out what can go, what can be recycled, and what can be donated, and what I want to actually keep out, the rest will then have to be factored into the beauty cupboard, which we'll do next. So that feels like a nice logical process for something that looks very, very illogical currently. Hopefully this will be a super satisfying before and after result. That's the only way to turn this into a positive. Just think of the before and after. They're going to be incredible. I think my best bet to kick things off is take every single item off of this dressing table so that I start with a clear space, empty out that entire drawer and go from there. Ideally, I would love the top of this dressing table to be as clutter-free as possible, mainly because the cat has figured out that rattling all of the things on this table are a really great way to wake us up in the middle of the night and get fed. So anything that can thwart the cat's genius will come in very handy. Is there a single cat owner out there who is not thwarted by their cat's genius? Just take out, oh, I can take out this drawer. Okay, I'm literally just going to empty. In fact, I'm going to put a towel down first so that nothing spills on the duvet cover. Was that a good idea? Okay, everything is separated into piles that make sense in my head. I think it might still look quite chaotic, but what I've decided that I would love is for the dressing table and the drawer inside it to just be the stuff that I use every day, and then everything else fits nicely into this cupboard. So even things like the makeup products that I might not use all the time but still want to keep hold of, like different eyeshadow shades and stuff, that can all go in here. I would love for just the essentials to be like out at hand on that dressing table, and then hopefully I can keep the top of it nice and clear and free if everything can go into the drawer inside. That's the plan anyway. I don't know how realistic that actually is. So all these little piles kind of mean something to me, at least. It's kind of like organised chaos. So these are the hair clips that I use when I'm doing like a proper clipped up blow dry. This is currently the keep pile. So this is all makeup that's, you know, still in working order, still within the last century of me buying it. Seems to have not dried up, seems to still be good to go, and stuff that I will actually realistically still use. So that's the keep pile for now. This is the bin pile. So this is stuff that I've had for longer than humanity has existed within this realm. So like I've got old moisturizers which have dried out, this SPF which has gone a crazy watery texture. It's always really fun to go through empties as well. You can tell what I always reach for. So like the Glossier mascara, for instance, like I just have constant dried up tubes of this because I always repurchase it. We've got an empty Fenty SPF. We've got numerous empty dried up mascaras. There's 4 here at least. Oh, 5 actually. I've either completely worked my way through or not been in love with, and then they just dried up while I've used something else. This bronzer was far too orange for me. This one, you will not even believe how disgusting this is. That's got to be some kind of bacterial haven. It's time for that one to go, I think. A couple of boy brows, obviously, they're always in the mix. And then I just always feel a little bit weird about old lip products. I don't know. It just feels like all of this stuff is good to go now. Eyebrow pencils. What's this? Another eyebrow product. This was a lash serum which did absolutely nothing for me. A couple of little travel size bits. So they're all empty. They're good to go. So that feels like a nice little amount to be chucking away. And then this line of stuff here was all the stuff that was on the top. And to be fair, there's nothing to eliminate here really. I've got a few empties. I've got contact lens solution and SPF, which I finished. I love this SPF. I'll probably go back to this, I think. I've switched it out for this one from Ultraviolet, which had a buy one get one free offer on, and I've never tried it before. It's a little bit of a fancy brand, so I thought it was a good time to try it when they were buy one get one free. I do really like it, but I just think nothing compares to this one. This is my absolute fave. Anyway, so that's an empty. Got an empty Super Milk leave-in conditioner. I finished my Bobbi Brown face primer, so they're all good to go. These are my everyday bits at the moment, apart from this, which is a Welsh love spoon. And this was such a lovely, thoughtful gift on the book tour. I'm so obsessed with this. It's so like mystical and magical. I just love the concept of it, so I need to find a good home for that as well. Right, here we go. Here's the before of this. And here's the before of this. And hopefully this is about to be the most satisfying, gratifying thing you've ever seen. So this is all I'm going to have on the top now. Literally just my makeup bag and my brushes and a little ring holder. And then this is inside the drawer. Compared to before, that is absolutely unrecognisable. This locker I don't love in here at all, but it was just pointless having it in the other bedroom when it's stuff that I reach for all the time. And this is really exposing myself right now. So this is the current level of chaos, which I face every time I open this cupboard. Do I know where anything is? Absolutely not. And I think what I would love this to be in like an ideal world is like one shelf for hair stuff, one shelf for body stuff, one shelf for skincare, and then one shelf for like miscellaneous, you know, like travel bits. So I think I'm going to do exactly the same as I did with my dressing table and take all of this out so I can give it a good clean, and then we'll split it up all into piles and figure out what goes with what to match it all up nicely. I've definitely reached that point of being midway through the task, questioning all my life choices and wondering why I started this. Trying to channel the energy of how good it feels to have sorted out the dressing table into this, but when I show you the amount of products that was stashed away in this locker, which is now completely empty, apart from this mirror, which I've realised magnetises this little travel mirror, so that literally sticks to the side. Unreal. I'm about to show you the amount of stuff that was in that cupboard. I would like to think this is a judgment-free zone for all and anyone who enters, so please keep that in mind. Please bear in mind everything we've been through, the good friends that we are. There's no judgments, right? So keep that in mind for me. Thank you so much. When I show you this, yep, but this is terrible. We've got hair stuff. This is all hair product, hair bands. We've got travel beauty cases. This is skincare. This is body stuff, teeth, some perfumes, which I'd literally forgotten were even in there. This is all makeup. This is old makeup that I can't bear to let go of. This is all travel. This is body, nails and beauty bits. This is all hair accessories for a girl who never does anything with her hair. And then this is like pouches and makeup bags and stuff. So these are the little storage bits which I've got to separate everything in. So I'm now going to try and logically figure out how to kind of neatly fit everything into these little metal containers, slide them back in, but first and foremost we've got to streamline this supply because this is absolutely ridiculous. I probably reach for like 5 of these things regularly, so let's figure out what's actually needed. I'm getting into such a pickle. I'm not actually making any progress. I'm just sort of moving things around. Just sort of going. I've made separate containers for hair, body / tan. When do I have a fake tan anymore? Once in a blue moon. And yeah, I just feel compelled to have the availability to do it. And I've also got a separate skincare one as well. I just picked up this container because I wasn't actually really sure what was in here, but it is actually full of really useful things. I've got like hand sanitizer, blister plasters, a tape measure, loads of tiny perfume samples, although something's leaked in there. Give those a wipe down. So I think I'm going to turn this into like a little first aid kit almost and put like plasters, tampons, lip balms, hand sanitizer, blah 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 in there, and then I'll have this separate one for travel bits, so like the minis that I've got. Like I've got a little clear bag in here for flying and things like that. Like I'll put all my travel bits separate, and this can stay as like an essentials handy little bits and bobs that I might want to reach for. Makeup's still proving a bit of a conundrum. I'm not really sure how to store all these little makeup bits. They might just end up going into a makeup bag, I think, but then I know that I'll never reach for them. So that's a floating idea. We'll come back to that one. This is a truly unhinged little box here. This is all of my like big hair clips. I mean, there's a magic band in here. What's the rhyme or reason to this little box? It's a very good question. It's basically just filled with like big hair clips, all my bows, a bandana which I've had since I was like 14. I really probably need to streamline this slightly. So let's have a look at all these. So I know for a fact that I'll keep the bows for now. Bows are still cute. Bows are still in. I wear bows a lot. Bows are kind of a part of my main personality trait these days. So we've got white. I've also got another white one in my cupboard. Could come in handy for wedding things, I suppose. I've got a pink one, a red one. I've got this really cute one actually, which is like a big hair grippy, so that you get little bows on either side of your hair grip. Super cute. I love that one. These ones I think can go. These were part of my little Eras tour outfit. These were for my 1989 inspired look because of the seagulls. These big ones are handy. They're not my favourites. The only one that I've ever found that holds all my hair up is from Claire's Accessories, and Adam broke it the other day. So I need to get myself a new one. Until I've replaced it though, I'll have to keep these ones as a backup. Scrunchies, I'll take as many scrunchies as I can get, to be honest. I'm such a scrunchy girl. Another little bow, but this is on like a skinny hair tie. Looks slightly spiderish where it's been creased, but if I can pull those out slightly, that's actually really cute in a little like half-up pony or something, so we'll keep that one. Greatest mystery of our time, how many skinny hair ties does a girl need? On the very rare occasions that she actually bothers to do anything with her hair and does one very simple half-up, which requires one of these? How many skinny hairbands does a girl need? Probably not this many. Invisibobbles, best bobbles of our time. Ooh, another bow, a black one. It's giving My Chemical Romance in a fantastic way. Oh, this is pretty. I don't even know where this came from. How cute is that? I'll definitely keep that. No idea what for, but you just never know. That's a handy little hairband. Not sure for what purpose other than this, but still. More skinny hair ties. You thought we'd had enough of those. These are pretty, but will I ever use those? They'll find a cuter home somewhere else. Got a little bag of mini hair ties, which are always quite handy for festivals. When was the last time I went to a festival? Never, but always be prepared. That's my motto. And no matter how hard I declutter, can I ever get rid of this bandana? No, I can't. The golden era of the MySpace kid. Right, let's put all the bows back in, and that'll probably pretty much take up the entire crate. Do you know what's going to be clever? Is I'm going to put another bobble through these and keep them all secure together. Is that the most genius thing I've done all day? I think it probably is. It's really unsatisfying that they can't all go on a shelf together. But hey, it's better than it was. This is the best I can do with makeup for now. So the nostalgic things which I can't bear to get rid of. This is really kind of exposing all of my deepest issues, I think. I've got my two like MAC palettes, which were my absolute pride and joy. I've kept a classic Naked 2, which I think is actually like available to buy again now. So maybe I should get rid of this. That's not quite the relic that it once was. So maybe it's time to let go of the Naked 2. And I've got all the MAC lipsticks, which were like my other absolute pride. And I was just so obsessed with MAC makeup. Like it was literally the only brand that anyone was wearing at that point. I just can't bear to get rid of it. And then this is a really special little eyeshadow palette from a Disney collection that they did. And I've actually never used it. But I bought this as a treat to myself when I was completely heartbroken. and just to kind of like cheer myself up a bit. And it's like really boring and not very special, but it just reminds me of like doing something really nice for myself when I was really sad. I don't know, like it just kind of weirdly means a lot to me, and I just can't bear to part with these. So for now, they're staying, and then I think this can probably slide right to the back with my spare sunglasses, just tucked away there, right at the back. And then this is the spare makeup that I really want to remember to reach for. So I know this looks super chaotic, but this is basically all of the lip products. This is the best I can do for storage for these for now. I've got lipsticks, lip balms, lip liners, all sorts, which I just want to kind of remember that I have to try and encourage myself to reach for them a little bit. So they're all tucked away there. I've also got some glitter eyeshadows, which I've turned upside down so that I can see the colour a bit more easily. So hopefully, if I put them at the front, I'm going to try and get in the habit of using them all up as much as I can. And then this, I'm actually really chuffed with this. This is basically like a new little supply for myself so that I'm going to be able to shop my stash a little bit as I run out of things. Like I found that I've got like mascara samples. I've got a whole new face powder here, which I have no idea how long that's been there for. I've got a little Charlotte Tilbury face cream. I've got my favourite glitter eyeshadow, which is discontinued now, but I love this for when I want a little bit of sparkle. I've got some SPF samples, some false lashes for the rare occasion I might need those. We've got a makeup setting spray, I think. So basically, anytime I run out of something, I'm going to really get into the habit of checking this first to see if I've got something in here that can replace it before I head out and buy something else. So I think the key to these is going to be keeping these near the front somewhere so that I see them often and learn what's available. And I've also just discovered this, what I thought was a miscellaneous pouch, but this is actually all of my like Halloween stuff, like really cool glitters and like proper face paints and stuff. And I mean, at what age are you supposed to not have a Halloween makeup stash? Because this feels so uni. But I can't bring myself to get rid of all these like great glitters and like white eyeliner. Oh my god, this is a relic. Look at this. Barry M. Dazzle Dust. That's great glitter for like a mermaid or something. For all those times that I'm going to go on nights out dressed as a mermaid these days. Should I still own this? It's going back in the cupboard. Sorry, no apologies. I wonder if I can maybe slot this in with my old relic artifact makeup. That is the nostalgia pile, basically, that I can't bear to let go of. So I've actually got a fair bit of space in here now, this is basically a spare shelf. I've got medication and some lint rollers tucked in there. But then this is like travel and miscellaneous, my travel cases and stuff. I've got this, which is just like the junk shelf, but stuff I can't get rid of. I've got my makeup and my body bits tucked back here, but this is more like tan. But then I've actually taken out the ones that I am regularly reaching for at the moment and pop them on the top shelf so they're easy to get. And then as I get through these, I'll replace them with the next one and just have it handy up there. So the makeup's right to the front so that I can get to grips with what's in there and try and remember to use it more often. That's my fake tan and body moisturiser supply back there. Then I've got my skincare, which is nice and easy to reach for to replace my stash there. Cotton wool and cotton buds, my hair accessories, which I rarely reach for, are tucked back there. And then these are my hair products, a few perfumes, my headbands, which are very satisfying, up there. So here's the before. Okay, that's enough of that. I think it's probably considerably darker now because this has taken me quite some time, but look how much better that is. Oh, I'm so pleased. And that is officially a wrap on the Beauty Cupboard declutter. I have just had a delivery, which I am so excited about. And having just cleared some room in my beauty cupboard, we could not have timed this better. This is a new addition to my beauty setup, which I'm absolutely thrilled about. I'm so buzzing to try this. I don't know about you, but I have seen these like red light beauty masks everywhere. These like LED masks for skincare that make you look like a stormtrooper while you're doing your skincare. And I have very, very kindly been sent one from Current Body, and this is the one that I've actually had my eye on. I've seen such good reviews about this, and they very kindly emailed me out of the blue the other day and asked if I would like to try their LED red light mask. And you bet I said absolutely yes. I very, very rarely accept any PR anymore these days. I really just think I've got into such a routine with the things that I enjoy using and always reach for that filling my house with stuff I'm never going to use just doesn't feel like a great idea to me anymore. So anyway, I very, very rarely accept offers for like PR samples or press packages or anything like that anymore. It was just kind of starting to take over our house a few years ago, and I decided that something needed to change. But this was genuinely something something that I had really been considering buying for myself anyway. So this is the Current Body Skin LED Light Therapy Mask. The main reason that I have been considering one of these is obviously I'm starting to think about really investing in my skin and my skincare properly and regularly for the wedding. I'm pretty good at looking after my skin anyway. I have a skincare routine that I take quite seriously. You know, I enjoy looking after my skin as much as I can, but I wanted to, you know, look at how I could really step it up. And these masks, which are so good for your complexion and redness, which is something that I struggle with a little bit, and fine lines especially, which was something that I'm starting to, you know, having to like think about and combat and stuff. I've just heard really, really great things about the benefits of these. I can't wait to put this on. Fantastic. They've given me a 10% off code for you guys to use all year round if you would like to. I'll pop it in the description box. But they are also going to do 20% off for Black Friday. So if you have been thinking that you would like to invest in one of these and have a little go with them and see what kind of miracles it can work for your skin, might be a good time to pick one up for Black Friday. Not only does it look like the horrors of every worst nightmare you can ever imagine, which is such a vibe for self-care time, but powered by 3 highly precise LED wavelengths proven in scientific testing to be most effective for anti-aging and skin rejuvenation. Molds to your face to get maximum skin coverage, consistent, effective results. The LED light penetrates the skin, energizing the cells in the deepest layers where collagen is formed, reducing the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, and resulting in a brighter complexion. Should we go and terrify Adam? I can't wait. Whoa.
You know what made that so scary? The reflection of your face is in the glass of the vinyl. And this fucking red. What the hell is that?
It's for the wedding. I'm going to have beautiful
Are you
radiant.
going to wear that?
I'm going to come down the aisle wearing, it's white, it's perfect. This is my bridal look.
It's absolutely bananas.
Do I look like a stormtrooper?
Imagine a caveman saw this.
Explain to a caveman what's going on right now.
I can't do it.
We're having a little Nando's this evening because we didn't have much in the cupboards, to be honest, and it was cold and dark and neither of us wanted to go to the shops. So we've gone for a little Nando's. They've got something on the menu these days, which is Fanta chicken. Like one of the levels of flavour and spice that you can go for is Fanta chicken. And I was so intrigued that I've chosen it for my meal tonight. I feel like it was a risky little choice, but should we do let's do a little taste test and figure out. In my head it was going to be like, you know when you go for like a Chinese in America or something and you can get orange chicken and it's really like sweet and soury. That's what it was going to be like in my head, but look. It's like proper Fanta in the sauce, and it's going to go one of two ways, isn't it? I mean, it's either going to be delicious or let's do a little taste test. I hope it's nice because I've gone for this on my wrap. Oh, that is that. Why does it taste kind of fizzy? I think that's just the Fanta flavour tricking me. But in my head, eating that is actually kind of weirdly fizzy. Oh, it's nice though. It does taste like Fanta. This is such a strange experience. I think it's good. I think it's good. I don't think I've left the house once in this video this week. I think there's a fine line between cosy and incredibly boring, and I'm walking that line this week. We have clearly had a momentary lapse of judgment because we're off to Westfield on a Saturday. Not sure when that's ever a good idea, but it's for good reason. It's for good cause because we're going to go and order Adam's wedding suit. We are off to buy the groom suit. Very excited. This is like the equivalent of you going to get your wedding dress today. It's a big day.
I'll get your wedding dress.
So that's priority number 1 for today. We're off to buy a groom suit. I also need to get a new concealer. I would also quite like to pop into Bath and Body Works and see whether they've got any nice Christmas candles that I can peruse this afternoon, because we're actually running low on candles for the first time in perhaps my entire adult life. Are you ready to face Westfield on a Saturday in the run-up to Christmas?
Yeah, I kind of forgot we were going to...
This feels like an unwise decision, but needs must, because we have been saying that we're going to do this for literally like months on end, and we keep forgetting. And we need to get that suit ordered before it goes out of stock. And we're devastated because we found the one already. I think I vlogged that actually when we went proper suit shopping. Well, today we're actually going to go and put the order in. And I want to have a little peruse. Well, as you can see, we're going to chalk that one up as a massive success. We now officially have one wedding suit to go alongside one wedding dress. So if we manage absolutely nothing else in this process, if everything else goes to pot, at least we both got something nice to wear. I'm just going to pop this away. Suit buying very much went to plan. Couldn't have been a bigger success. Walked in, saw it, still loved it. Bought it, brought it home. They said to leave the tailoring until about a month before the wedding, so Adam can basically just keep hold of it, see if anything about his body changes in that time, and then we can come back to that when we've got like 5 to 6 weeks before the wedding and get that sorted and make sure it's perfect for him. So that is now something we can officially cross off the list that we don't have to think about for a nice long time, and that feels really good. These little like jumps forward for the wedding this week have been so motivating. I'm so excited about it. However, as you can probably tell by the fact that I am now back home, the thing that did not quite go to plan was vlogging a nice little trip around the shops, showing you a little browse around Bath & Body Works, picking up my new makeup bits, because for the first time, probably since I remember it happening once before in my life, and it was just before a gig, and it was one of the most annoying things that's ever happened to me. But one of my contact lenses literally just like popped out of its own accord. I've been wearing contact lenses every day since I was like 15 years old. That has happened once before, which must be over 10 years ago. And literally we were actually browsing in Doc Martens of all places. I obviously got far too excited by Doc Martens and I literally blinked too enthusiastically. One of my contact lenses fell out and that literally renders me almost completely useless. My eyesight is so bad. So I was pretty much just clinging on to Adam for dear life until we could get home. We were going to go to the cinema and see Wild Robot, but there was absolutely no point in us doing that because I could literally not see out of my right eye. So we picked up the suit. We had a browse around a couple of other places that we wanted to go to, but other than that, our plans were slightly scuppered, which has really hindered what I thought was going to be a nice day to wrap up this probably quite disappointing and boring vlog. I feel like all of these vlogs are really boring and I just feel like they're not very good. So I would just like to say I'm very sorry that I am not providing particularly entertaining videos at the moment. I'm just trying to get my life back on track, and this week especially has probably been so dull to watch. I'm not sure whether these are any good, honestly. I just feel like there's a very fine line between cozy and painfully boring, and I feel like maybe I'm crossing over that line with these videos and maybe I need to go back to the drawing board and think about some other way to keep showing up on YouTube while everything's changing. I'm not sure. Anyway, that was a bit of a tangent. That's just me having a small meltdown while telling you about my popping contact lenses. But the last thing that I did want to do for myself this week, which I've mentioned so many times over and over in recent videos, I think, is I really want to sit and clean my makeup brushes. So I thought while I do that, we'll just have like a quiet 10 minutes together. These are my absolutely rank makeup brushes, by the way. Some of these, honestly, should probably be on lockdown somewhere safe for like scientific investigation at this point. I'm gonna leave my makeup sponge till last because I've got two nice clean warm bowls of water here and my little makeup brush cleaning setup right in front of me on my desk here. And if I clean that sponge, the water's just gonna be filthy immediately from the get-go. So let's save that one till last. I'll do my little eyeshadow ones first, I think. So I'm gonna crack on and get these washed. I'm so pleased to have finally sat down to do this. This has been the thing that I've been looking forward to for weeks and weeks on end. This feels like such a treat to sit here quietly, just chatting away with my own thoughts, get my makeup brushes washed. What an absolute treat. So thank you very much for watching if you made it this far. Hats off to you. I'm sorry this hasn't been the most dynamic or exciting of videos. I don't know how it all fits together anymore, honestly. I'm really trying my best to keep showing up, but life is quite insular and quiet these days. So when it comes to sharing things, like, I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'll chalk this one up as a crisis of confidence. If you want to keep seeing these weekly vlogs, then I would love to know that. But if you would like to see something else, then I would also love to know that too. Oh, and speaking of which, I'm up north next week. I'm at my mum's and then I'm going to see my best mate in Manchester because I'm up there for the book tour date, and then she's coming back down here for a few days for some quality BFF time, which is very good timing for my soul. I feel like that is going to lift me like a pair of wings and it's going to be lovely. So I don't think there'll be a weekly vlog of that one, but I have got a wardrobe declutter coming up, which I filmed a little while ago and finally found the footage for. I've been wondering what happened to that one. So that'll be coming your way
on Sunday. I hope all is well. I hope you're having a lovely autumn so far. It's nearly winter, but I'm going to claim that we're still in autumn for now. We'll make spooky season last as long as we can, hey? So thanks so much for watching. Thanks for resetting and decluttering and clearing and starting all over again with me this week. I really appreciate your company, and that's all. I'll see you very soon with another video. Bye!